The Cincinnati Bengals are actually making moves, which could lead to free agent signings, and then Cincinnati has the chance to have a superstar future Hall of Famer come out of retirement. Before I jump into all of these reports, don't forget to subscribe to the Bengals Digest channel. That number keeps going up. 16% of you are subscribed, but 83 are not. So please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. We're on the way to 1,000, less than 80 to 1,000. Trying to hit it before March. I know we can do it, but let's jump right into the report. Starting with news about a release. The Cincinnati Bengals have released defensive tackle Sheldon Rankins after 1 year. This frees up $9.6 million in cap space. Obviously, we talked about this last video that he is somebody that should be cut. I think this obviously was the right move. Once again, hopefully whatever he was dealing with during the season, he is okay. He was out with sickness for pretty much the whole season, so hopefully he's okay. But once again, it's a smart move for Cincinnati. It frees up $10 million in cap space, obviously with a lot of signings that are going to need to take place this year. Obviously, biggest one, T. Higgins. Well, biggest, maybe not signing is T. Higgins, but Jamar Chase, Trey Hendrickson, all of them, and Mike Gesicki, all of them are going to need money this next season. So releasing a guy like Sheldon Rankins is a smart thing to do. He wasn't making your team any better, and you were spending $10 million a year on him. Now, I think there are some other players that should be getting the same treatment coming soon. I think Sam Hubbard should be one of those released, or pretty much cutting his contract in more than half, as well as Alex Kappa. But the Chicago Bears may have given us a replacement for Sam Hubbard, so let's go into that. Cincinnati Bengals could be interested in former Chicago Bears defensive end DeMarcus Walker. So DeMarcus Walker and the Bears just announced that they would not be re-signing him. The 30-year-old was taken in the second round, 51st overall by the Broncos in the 2017 NFL Draft. He spent 4 years in Denver before making stops in Houston and Tennessee. He spent the past 2 years in Chicago. Walker has at least 3.5 sacks in each of the past 3 seasons. He's listed at 6'4", 280 pounds, and is a well-rounded player. He has the size and versatility, and the Bengals look for in a defensive end. He can play the run and the pass. It's worth noting that the Bengals or any NFL team can sign Walker once the transaction is officially processed by the NFL via the transaction wire. So, what that means is Cincinnati Bengals don't have to wait for free agency to start. Once that is officially processed by the NFL, the Bengals can swoop in and sign him before free agency technically starts. No, he's not one of the superstar edge rushers in the league, but he would help with depth, and he at least got more than 2 sacks this season. He would be kind of that veteran presence with a group of a lot of young guys. I would personally, between the two of Walker or Chase Young, I know a lot of you guys in the comments have liked the idea of going after Chase Young. I like it a lot. I would go after Chase Young. I think he has the talent, definitely the raw talent to be one of the better at pass rushers in the league. But DeMarcus Walker, not a bad player. Obviously, he's a little bit older, but Trey Hendrickson, 30-year-old, is turning 30 years old. So we have a 30-year-old who is getting 17 sacks a year. So DeMarcus Walker, maybe with Trey Hendrickson on the opposite side of him, would allow for DeMarcus Walker to kind of have better seasons than he has had the past 3 seasons. Not saying he's had bad seasons, but he could have a better overall season with Trey Hendrickson on his other side. Because obviously, when you have 2 pretty solid defensive edges, either quarterback is going to try to roll out the other way, and Trey Hendrickson's going to get the sack, or he's trying to roll out the other way, and DeMarcus Walker will get the sack. So I don't think that would be actually a terrible pickup for us or Chase Young. I think, or if you draft a guy like Mike Green and James Pierce Jr., any of those guys I think would be fine. It's depending on whether you want to get more veteran or stick with a younger. But if you draft somebody, and get rid of Sam Hubbard, our defensive edge group is going to be very, very young driven with just a veteran presence of Trey Hendrickson. That's why even you could probably get DeMarcus Walker for pretty cheap, though. So drafting a guy and signing a guy like DeMarcus Walker or Chase Young would probably be in Cincinnati Bengals' best interest, because then you get a guy who's going to be there for a long time, but then also a veteran in that group to kind of like teach the obviously the younger guys. I would probably lean more towards Chase Young just because a little bit younger and probably a little bit more raw talent. But DeMarcus Walker, I think, would be actually a huge fit in Cincinnati. Now, before I show this graphic, just know I don't. Okay, well, let me rephrase this. How do I say it? I don't think it's completely out of the picture. I don't know if it's going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens. But because of a bet, the Cincinnati Bengals actually have the chance to have a future Hall of Famer come out of retirement to play for the Cincinnati Bengals. It is JJ Watt, and before you guys go to the comments and start bashing me about what the heck I'm talking about, if you don't know what's going on, let me explain. So basically, this is what happened. JJ Watt is a part owner of the Burnley English Soccer Club, and his goalkeeper, James Tafford, is a big Bengals fan. Watt said he would come out of retirement to play for the Bengals if Trafford didn't allow another goal this season. So that happened a few months ago. James asked J.J. Watt, said, "Hey, would you come out of retirement and play for the Bengals?" He said, then J.J. Watt responded, said, "Yes, if you don't allow a goal for the rest of the season, I'll come out and play for the Bengals." The Burnley keeper just posted his 13th straight league clean sheet. Since that bet was made, James Trafford has not allowed a single goal in their league. So after that bet, Trafford continues to be perfect, so much that Watt looked up a few properties in Cincinnati. This probably won't happen, but how fun would it be? Watt hasn't played since the 2022 season when he finished with 39 tackles and 12.5 sacks for the Cardinals. Obviously, this would be the biggest news in NFL this season if J.J. Watt actually were to come out of retirement and play with the Bengals. He is 35 years old, so not like crazy old. I mean, he's retired, but the 3-time Defensive Player of the Year and 5-time All-Pro would be insane on the opposite side of Trey Hendrickson. Trey Hendrickson is about 30 years old. If you had Trey Hendrickson and J.J. Watt on a defensive line, holy moly. And in his career, I'm assuming all of you know this, but J.J. Watt was a dog. 448 solo tackles, 114.5 sacks, 27 forced fumbles, and 2 interceptions in his career. Absolutely insane. He is absolutely insane. Imagine this, J.J. Watt going head-to-head with his younger brother, T.J. Watt, for obviously the Pittsburgh Steelers. That would be amazing. And look at J.J. Watt. He just looks good in orange. But let's keep going. This is coming from his Twitter. So this was April 12th, after a game where his goalie once again had a clean sheet. I mean, I do love Graders and Montgomery in barbecue. And if you are a Bengals fan not from Cincinnati, Graders and Montgomery Inn are both Cincinnati restaurants. Obviously, Graders is an ice cream from Cincinnati. Montgomery Inn is a more barbecue place known for their ribs. Both are very, very good, and I'm very sad I can't have them because now I live in Florida. But he continued it with this yesterday, actually. After his goalie, once again, they won 4-0, which is absolutely insane. But anyways, he retweeted the score and then said, heading to the gym. He's actually said he has amped up his workout routine because of the fact that his goalie has not allowed a single goal. J.J. Watt, just so you know, he is the one player in the NFL that if he were to make a bet, he would actually do the bet. J.J. Watt would be the player in the NFL that's retired that would come back to play just because of a bet. And I wouldn't be surprised if he did. And this is the property that report was talking about. And JJ said, I think today, didn't think we'd make it this far. And then he posted a Zillow of screenshots of a $3.9, basically $4 million house downtown Cincinnati. If you can see that little red dot, it's right next to the river, right next to the stadiums as well. With you can see the view right there, a great view of downtown Cincinnati, the skyline of Cincinnati. But that would be absolutely insane. Imagine if we were able to have J.J. Watt on the Cincinnati Bengals. I just imagine the storylines about J.J. Watt literally going up against his younger brother, T.J. Watt. Absolutely insane. I'm hoping and praying that this goalie does not allow a single goal the rest of the season. They have 10 games, I think, left. 10 matches left. And I hope he does a clean sheet the rest of the way. And then I see J.J. Watt in a Bengals uniform. Because if I see JJ Watt in a Bengals uniform, I will actually cry. That would be amazing. Trey Hendrickson and JJ Watt. Even you don't gotta play him every single down. Put him in, like, give him obviously a rotation with the younger guys. Allow JJ Watt, even if he doesn't play all the time, allow him to be in your locker room, coaching the younger players into the defensive edge position. I think it's perfect. Let's go James Trafford. Let's not allow any more goals so that JJ Watt can come to Cincinnati. I know, obviously, he wants JJ Watt in Cincinnati because he's a Bengal fan, but I would love JJ Watt in Cincinnati. I think that would be the craziest thing and the best thing to ever witness. But thank you so much for watching this episode of the Bengals Digest. Before I go, remember to subscribe to the Bengals Digest channel. We're on the road to 1,000, and we're less than 80 subscribers away. Trying to get that before March. And I want to thank you for all the love all you guys have shown the channel. Like this video, comment down below what you think about JJ Watt potentially being a Cincinnati Bengal. Share this video with your friends because Bengals football is better together. But for the Bengals Digest channel, I'm Carson Lokey. Good night and God bless.